people of the land that were here way before we were, and that would be the Wurundjeri tribe from the Kulin Nation. I'd like to pay our respects, my respects, your respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Thank you. So, we are not live tonight on Silicon Beach Radio because it's just not happening live, but there's going to be some podcasts that hopefully in some of this recording we'll be able to make that happen for the Silicon Beach Radio listeners. A little bit of housekeeping. And we are being videoed, but the room is quite dark, so unless you're facing like this, you won't be very well lit. So we apologise that this space is not the best for filming, but it is being filmed. And so the people who have pitched, perhaps you might see this up on YouTube. So hopefully it's not too bad with the light behind and it's causing silhouettes. So a bit of housekeeping. I don't know if you've already been aware, but the toilets are over to your left, my right, over to that side of the building. And of course there's fabulous bar attending over out there, so you can always grab your drinks. And also too, there's great food in this particular hotel, the Royal Melbourne. Thank you so much for all the help that they give us. And there's great food that you can have, so you can order at the bar, and it's all beautiful stuff. So we're about to kick it up in a bit, but before we get started, we can't survive without sponsors, and I want to highly acknowledge and thank them here in the room tonight. Allied Legal, they have been fantastic. Academy XI has also been a fantastic supporter, and I'll tell you a bit more about the People's Choice Award and what they're offering. That's awesome. MYOB are part of our sponsoring team as well. So I think, of course, you can see them up on behind me, so you can see their logos and who they are. The other people that are involved in the whole aspect of what happens here at Silicon Beach are community partners, and without them, again, this doesn't happen. There's a lot of people that volunteer and are really involved in this space in helping startups get started up. So who are they? We have Shifties, and that would be John, our gorgeous man John down here from Humanising Resources. And one thing I want to tell you about that's please, if you happen to be involved and want to know, there's going to tune in to channel 95 because it's all about river pitch. Isn't that right, John?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And if you do want to know a bit more about that, come and have a chat to John. He's wearing a Shifties t-shirt, you can't mistake him. So yeah, come and have a chat to John. Wake Up on Urth is another part of our community partnering, and we love their support as well. And of course then there's Simpatico, which is myself and my husband Dan. Raise your hand, Dan. Yep. You can't hear me? This mic is probably not turned up enough and we don't have knobs. So for the people who are pitching, the knobs to turn us up is what I need. Thank you for helping me out with that one. Knobs. Oh yeah. And we are filming. It's good. And that's what I love about this. This room is supportive. You can feel free to be yourself. There's no one here judging you, it's all good. So for the people who are speaking for the first time, supportive room. And Simpatico, who are we? Simpatico is all about helping you, the entrepreneur or the corporate folk, communicate more effectively. If you need to stand and deliver, I'm a presentation coach, so that's what we do, and we fully support what's happening here at Silicon Beach. The other people that are involved in this aspect of Silicon Beach are the co-working spaces. And yes, we couldn't live without them either. So Co-work Me is a part of the brief. YBF Venturers are also, along with Victoria offices, Creative Cubes and Higher Spaces. And I should imagine that they're all up there too. Excellent. So before we actually do kick off, there's going to be a little announcement from our Admiral. And also our Admiral, who happens to be Athula, is going to be the judge of the People's Choice. So impress, because it'll be the loudest clapping, but also his vote is going to be the end result of the People's Choice. And what happens for that award is that you will get a $100 voucher from Academy XI. That is way cool. So get your speechy on. You will have 90 seconds to do your pitch, and you will be timed. My esteemed husband Dan, wave your hand Dan, he will be doing the timing and he will wrap you up, meaning that not in cotton wool. He will do this when it's time to get wrapped up if you haven't finished at your 90-second spot. And please don't just go abrupt stop, wind down. and get to the point. That's the wind up. And then if he puts his hand across his throat,
5 seconds.
yeah. If he puts his hand across his throat, time's out. That's it. Bop. Again, a friendly environment, you know, but it is 90 seconds. So before we kick it off, the Admiral must say a few words. Athula! Yay!
Thanks, Linda. How good is Linda? Yeah, my name is Athula. I'm the lead organizer of Melbourne Silicon Beach. I spoke to a lot of you today, and a lot of you are here for the very first time. So I must apologize for putting you in the cells. This is a 150-year-old building. This was the West Melbourne police station 150 years ago. So these rooms here that you see are actually cells. So we don't want to know what happened in there, but there could be some ghosts, there could be some dead bodies. So we could think of some good punishments for those of you who are naughty tonight. But basically, Silicon Beach is about empowering founders. That is our mission and our vision. And you're at the right place if you're just thinking of starting something, if you're thinking of interested in getting into the startup space, or even if you're ready to scale up or have a startup that is actually kicking goals. So there are some investors in this crowd, but they've asked me not to point them out. They're here to see what you come up with. And your pitches don't have to be actually about raising capital. It can be about anything. This is about practicing your pitching skills, about your presentation skills, and many people pitch here for the first time in front of a live audience. That's the whole idea. And yeah, we'll be judging people's choice. Basically, I'll be going by the length of your applause sort of thing, and coming up with a winner for people's choice for $100 voucher for Academy XI. Academy XI is an education provider, so you can learn whatever you want in this way, digital marketing or virtual reality or whatever you want. And there's another prize, which is the Pirate's Choice. We are the Pirates of Silicon Beach, the organizers. Yes. We will be selecting one of the pitchers that would have the best chance of going into PitchX finals. So PitchX is a serious pitch night that happens once in 3 months. This next one is happening on the 20th of March at YBF in collaboration with Silicon Beach, Academy XI and YBF. And John, one of our founders who had come and pitched here for the first time 2 or 3 years ago, is one of the judges. So what we'll be doing is selecting the best pitch out of this lot that may have the best chance of going into the PitchX finals. There are fantastic prizes. If you haven't looked up, the PitchX page is there on our meetup. That's all from me. We are actually going. We actually celebrated the 11,000th member. Karen, who is here from Legally Yours, she'll be pitching in a little while. She was the lucky 11,000th winner. So Karen, you should buy a tax lotto. You were one in 11,000. You're getting the 11,000 members, so you're lucky. So I'll hand you back over to Linda for the proceedings. Keep an eye on the meetup page for all the events coming up. And I hope to see you again and again and again. Thanks.
Thank you, Athula. The Admiral. Yes, salute. So, for the pitches, keep in mind you have 90 seconds, and you already knew that. What I would encourage you to do is to get to your point, say what you're about, some of the things that are important to you and why, and what you're calling the room for. So maybe your call to action, maybe there's something you want from someone in the room, or if it's just about your product or service, get to your point and tell us the passionate bit about that. You've got 90 seconds. Dan will give you the warning about the wrap up as we talked about before. And for the people who are not pitching and supporting the room, please support the room. Give them all your support and your hearty claps, and we will make it harder for us to make that decision on who the winner is. Okay, we're getting started now. So first up is going to be Andrea from Mind Your Bag. Here he is. Yay!
Just go?
Yeah. Yes, just go.
So, hi everyone, I'm Andrea. I'm one of the co-founders of My Bag. My Bag is a storage solution platform to safely store your personal items. And we do that by providing extra guarantee against theft and damage. Use cases, usually Airbnb guests that need to check in. Before check-in, they need to leave the luggage somewhere, or after checkout. Or perhaps just someone that is going to the beach for a swim and don't know where to leave their personal items. And for the shop owner, that's actually a great opportunity to get some more traffic into the venue and increase the revenues. Our rollout plan is a quite ambitious one. We're starting a trial in 10 days in Melbourne, and then we're gonna scale to Sydney, Brisbane and the Gold Coast, and then overseas in Barcelona, Spain and Milano, Italy. So what you have to do basically today, just go to mindmybag.com, subscribe, and you will receive a 50% promo code to use against your first booking. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that your first pitch?
Yes.
Well done. First pitcher. Okay. Yeah. And with the ever-increasing need for security, I guess this is going to be right up your alley, right? Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. All right. All right. Our second speaker for tonight is Farzin from Mindfulness Matters. Come up to the stage, please. Welcome him up.
Good evening, guys. I actually wasn't planning on pitching anything, but Athula's like, yeah, you're already in there, so jump on there and do it. My name's Farzin. About 3 years back, I left a career, 14-year career in commercial and corporate banking. And I went looking for my purpose in life and why am I here. And I took myself from almost a $200,000 salary to being almost broke, and I figured out the breaking point for us humans. I traveled the world in the sense I grew up in India, was born in a war zone in Iran, and lived in New Zealand. I'm Kiwi who actually lives in Melbourne. And what I figured out was, whether you're going down the spiritual path or whether you're going down the science path or whether it's metaphysics or whatever it is, every human being is looking for the same thing. What I'd ask you to do is jump on our website called Success Simplified. I've actually tried to simplify it because we've realized as humans, our world isn't working for us the way it was supposed to be. So I'm asking human beings to simplify success, and obviously it says mindfulness up there, because what I decided was humanity needs to wake up and take hold of their own consciousness, right? We have the problems in the world can be easily solvable if every human being just takes control of their consciousness, and that's why he's doing that. Mindfulness matters, because if you know how to use your mind to affect your life and everyone else's, our world will dramatically change. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, there's wisdom right there, and I'm sure for all of us who live and breathe on this planet that we're in right now, it is called the blue planet. It's rapidly changing, and that is being mindful. So thank you, thank you. All right, we have our third speaker, and it's Gorgo. Sorry, I'm going to say this wrong, aren't I? Gergo, yes, from AirBy Me. Please welcome him to the stage.
My name is Gergo. I came to Australia in 2009. I started a company in 2011. Right now it's about 40 people, and but that's a labor-driven company, so we have to fire people, go to a client, find a contract. It's not scaling up, so I'm looking for digital projects now. This is one of my projects. It's called AirBy Me. The concept behind is that you are at home, for example, you are looking for a plumber, an electrician, or a babysitter, or someone. You search for that, and in real time you see who's around you. You call them up. Hey, can you come over? You are just 200 meters from me. Have a look on my issue. That's all about. This is the concept. This is not live yet, so this is on POC. The revenue model behind is that on this scale, on this whole world scale, I cannot show 20 million electricians. I can show only 50. Who do I will show? Who's paying for that? So it's kind of bidding system for this. So next time, if you register, you can search, and in Melbourne you can find a fashion brand, for example, or an Uber or an AirBy Me or anything. Thank you.
Yeah. Technology and how we use the digital system is certainly making life easier and better. I should imagine that's your aim, yeah? Yes, indeed it is. All right, our fourth speaker is going to be Simon from Dropee. Please come to the stage. Here we are. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Simon. I'm from Dropee, and in the front here, just raise your hand, Sean. Sean's co-founder of Dropee. And at Dropee, limited time to tell you a lot about it tonight, because we'd love to talk about it all night, but we're going to change the way that work is performed. Those of you who work in large buildings, bored of your desk space and all those types of things, pinned down, uninspired, when this village wakes up, your world's going to change. So Dropee, for those of you who have already asked us today, it translates in a number of languages to village. And our model around the workplace of the future is very much around getting back to our roots of a village. I know it's intriguing, that's all I can tell you the time I've got available now. But we're in a very, very special place because we've already knocked over some of the challenges that face a lot of startups in the early stage. Number one is we've already got some tier one clients who have expressed a real strong interest to be involved in the pilot stage of our startup. So that's fantastic. They've heard about it and they're really enthusiastic. Secondly, we've already got funding for phase one, so we are locked and loaded. The only thing that we still want to nail in terms of the bits and pieces that we've got myself, I'm the CEO and visionary of the organisation. Sean is looking after the commercialisation aspect, but we need someone who can help us from a technical point of view bring this to life. Someone that knows about the technical architecture, particularly around mobile platforms, web platforms and so on. If you know about that, and you've got a big vision and want to change the world on a global scale, come see us afterwards.
Am
I allowed to stay for a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm there.
What was the question? Just repeat the question.
Tom's about to repeat the question. The question was, can you tell us a bit more about what Dropee is? So Dropee aims to solve the problem of how we can have distributed workforces and work in places that inspire us, but also at the same time allow us to collaborate in a better way. Again, I know it's intriguing. It's got some sophistication associated with it. We've put a lot of thought and science into it. And it's super exciting. You can hear it in my voice. I don't want to part with the microphone. I've only got a minute and a half. Sorry, I can't tell you more. If you want to know more, come and speak to Sean or I afterwards.
Excellent. Thank
Especially if you can work.
Yes, thank you. So, technical people in the room, I'm sure there's some. Talk to this guy and his partner. You saw him on stage, so you know who to look out for.
Business partner.
Business partner.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what I meant. Did I not mean that? That's what I thought I meant. Alrighty. All right. Thank you. And yes, village of good stuff. That's what we want. All right. So the next speaker is going to be Marilyn from Strategic Directions. Oh, goodbye. Nothing. Welcome up, Marilyn. And I know you're a first timer. Let me take that coat. Let me take that so you're not encumbered. There we are.
I'm excited. Sorry.
It's
Hello,
okay.
everyone. I'm excited to be here this evening. I'm Marilyn, Chief of MC Strategic Directions. What I'm good at is to work with people one-on-one to dig deeper, to get insights, and to gain realizations or clear misunderstandings about how to bring their business or their aspirations forward in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship. So later this evening, if you are interested, come and talk with me, and in a 50 minutes session, we will work through some of the essential ways and important numbers that you could look at to examine the viability of your innovation and see how it is ready for the marketplace. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful, and I know there's a few first times in here, and thank you, Marilyn. It's great. This environment really does encourage people to get up and say what you're about, and then the next things that happen after that can be amazing. And we have people in the room that has actually happened to. So this is exciting stuff. Well done. Thank you. All right, our next speaker is going to be Mark, and he's from Filmify. Come up to the stage, Mark. going to run it, Mark?
Oh, yeah, he said he wants to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he signed in and he said he was here and everything. Well, nah, bad luck.
He got cold feet.
He had cold feet. Okay. All right, we'll move on. So our next speaker is going to be Ivan from Ledgerium. There we are, that one.
Hi everyone, my name is Ivan Cheah. I am from Ledgerium, so one of the co-founders. So our product today is, I guess, simplifying audit process, right? So I know it's a very, very boring and dry topic, so compared to, I guess, the other presentations we had so far, but it's a big, big industry. So $150 billion was spent last year just on auditing itself. So you might think where the money's gone to. So it's not those long lunches and coffee breaks those auditors have from Big Four, but it's actually down to how the process is very inefficient today. So you think about how the audit process is done today. So you've got two parties. I transact with someone. The auditor has to check me, has to check the other party, and obviously they've got to check the bank as well because both of us might be colluding. So when they check the banks charge $70 per transaction. So that's very, very expensive, very, very slow process as well. So what our product has done is we've actually used the open banking API to tap into that fee, so we don't need to use to talk to banks anymore, essentially. So we get that automatically, and we can actually verify 100% of transactions. So basically that's our product. So our product is also platform agnostic. So what I mean by this is we've integrated into Xero. We're talking to Oracle right now. We're looking at Salesforce, MYOB. So hopefully you get some context from me from MYOB as well. And QuickBooks as well. So there's big accounting softwares. So right now, I guess I got to wrap up now.
What do you want from the room?
So there's a few ways that can get involved, I guess. We're looking for 4 things. So if you're a software developer, we're also looking for great developers. If you're investors, we're always looking for more money. We're actually testing right now. So we're looking for testing partners. So if you run a business, your auditor or accountant, feel free to reach out to us as well. So the contact's there. And I can't remember the last one.
More money.
More money, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ivan. How is the audio down the back? Are we we're okay? No, we need to level up some?
Well, I closed the door, so now we can hear a bit.
Oh, you can hear better? You can always move a little closer. See, the space gets bigger and bigger with the emptiness. You can come down. Please do. You know, I like to bite. Well, no, I don't actually. That's just rude. I don't. All right, so the next speaker is going to be David, and he's from Web Developing. Come up, David.
Hello everybody. So I am a freelance contract web developer. Anyone else who is a contract developer of some sort? Or one other? Okay, so the problem I have is that I can get a contract on body shops to an enterprise on one person in a team. You get a good daily rate, but at some point there's only so much code I can write in a day, right? It's not scalable. I can increase the daily rate, but I'm not going to produce more code. So it would be a bit more effective if I was going in as a team, especially for these large enterprises. So my current contract I've just finished, it would have been much better if they'd hired me 8 months ago before they started the contract. So what I'm looking for is to basically, instead of me going one person on these contracts, is to go in as a team. So basically creating a web consulting firm. What I'm looking for is other people who are in the space who are currently contract developers. I'm also looking for, if you are here and you hire contract developers, talk to me and tell me why the idea wouldn't work, or what it is that you're looking for when you're hiring a contractor.
Excellent, thank you so much. Okay. Wow, that's a bit of a movable stage here. Let's just, oh, it is rather movable. Yes, yes. Oh, health and safety, we need to talk to the management. No injury, is that right? No injury? We're good. We're all good. Okay, for our next speaker, and keep the enthusiasm running, we have Samuel from Floorbotics. Come on, Samuel.
Thank you. All right. Let me start off with saying a concept. Wait, is this working?
Yeah, just
All
get
right. Let me
close.
start off by telling you guys a concept. For thousands of years, we've been using the same old broom, mop, and bucket to clean our floors, right? Even the Egyptians used it to clean up the pyramids. What improvement have we really made? Well, the big one is using chemicals to actually fix
Keep
this
it a bit
problem.
closer.
At Floorbotics, we believe that the human is a sophisticated, complex wonder that should not actually be wasting its time cleaning floors, but reaching for the stars. So at this point, we've made a fleet of floorbots that would actually go out at night and do the cleaning for any commercial businesses. We have a team that actually likes to party. We go paddleboarding and we work really hard.
Close.
But actually, we believe in helping businesses to evolve to the next level in their floor cleaning by using our fleet of floorbots. So yeah, we get our robots to do the dirty work so no one ever has to again. We would like to ask if anybody's interested in what we're doing, and if anybody has any commercial business where we can do some more testing on. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Oh, it's the way of the 21st and the 22nd and the 23rd, if we make it on this blue planet, that the robots will take over and do that stuff, right? Is that the game? Is that the aim?
Yeah.
And the humans can just have fun. All right. Thank you. All right. Our next speaker is going to be Nicoleta, and she is from Intuitive Living, an Intuitive Living coach. We don't have a slide up, but no, you're not.
I'm a beginner.
Yes, that's okay. That's okay. You're gonna come. Yes, a beginner. Oh yes, we love beginners. That's what this space is all about, helping beginners. Here you go.
Hi, my name is Nicoleta. I am Intuitive Living Coach. I am a certified master practitioner of NLP, and my clients, they're calling me body coach. Like other coaches, which are there to be your accountability coach or just checking on you, giving you a lot of papers to fill out, which is boring. My job as an intuitive coach is to manage the creativity tension between your vision and where your current environment is. So there is a old say, they say it is not only at the top, which you probably already know as a startup. Sorry, I have to read. Okay. And that's my time with you guys. When I call it what the fringe loop, because that's the time when you can undo, you can get your worries, you can talk whatever you want to talk. You don't have to talk with friends or your team or your employees. I am there to listen to you and together to sort of like work out what your vision is, and most important, your purpose. And no, it's not about the money to pay your kids school or to pay the bills. It's more than that, and that is where that's my purpose behind your business, and I'm going to be there until you're going to succeed.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, the more we can get help on where we go, what we do, how we do it, and yes, all of those things. So thank you, and a first-time speaker as well. Come forward if you can't hear, please do come forward. The next speaker is going to be Dennis from Abadog. Now here we go. Come up, Dennis. Yes.
Thank you. First time picture as well. It's Abadog, so A-B-A-D-O-G. So I'm a veterinarian. I've got a PhD in canine anxiety. I'm the founder and sole developer of the Abadog web application. Essentially everyone knows a dog or has heard of a dog that's got issues, whether they're barking, whether they've got aggression, whether they've got noise phobias. Finding good and trustworthy advice can be difficult. So Abadog automates dog behaviour consultations for dog behaviourists. So essentially it does the history taking for you with a history form that I've developed myself through my research. It does the report writing automatically based on the questions with some input to add specificity and accuracy from a user. And it uses an expert system, artificial intelligence, to do that. So essentially, it's a very important aspect of treating dog behaviour issues to provide good quality advice and have it written down in a form that you can take home. it's very time consuming. So I use it myself currently for consulting. It is also aimed at other veterinarians, dog trainers, and also owners that can do a DIY version. It is also possibly useful for education as well. So the really good thing about it is you get such good quality, specific advice for the actual dog issues that dog is having, that then if you want to learn about how to treat things thoroughly, then it will really help you with getting your head around what type of advice is appropriate and what is not. So essentially, my call to action today is to please pop on and use the website if you know someone. A free promotional code, Silicon Beach, all one word. You can use it in the coupon section. Have a go. Let someone have a go. I've already got plenty of people using it, but I always want more. It helps me to hone the algorithm. So that'll be available for the next couple of weeks, and I'm seeking networking, connections, opportunity, and chats today. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Oh, those pooches, yes. Aren't they one of the most amazing creatures that are in your lives? Absolutely. We love our dogs. All right, now I do apologise. I did miss the cue a little bit here. And I want to bring up to the stage now David from Inside Outcomes. Welcome to the stage, David. Hey.
Good evening. My name's David Fawcett from Inside Outcomes. Our app, what we do is write software for mental health professionals to better communicate with their patients. Psychologists and counsellors, for a 50-minute session, you end up doing about an hour, maybe an hour and a half worth of paperwork. And that makes doing evidence-based practice very, very difficult, because it means that you can't really collect information, you can't analyse it, you can't chart it, and doing this over a long period of time, doing this longitudinally, is extremely difficult. So what we've done is create an application that they can give to their clients. They can customise questions and then have that client answer that question. We chart it for them automatically. This can be done on a certain timeline, so you can, for example, set it to do 3 times a day or once a day or even once a week. That's not a problem. So it does notifications and everything along those lines. So the idea is that it saves practitioners time, it closes that evidence-based loop even tighter, and gets better outcomes for everybody. What we're doing here today is I'm just trying to get a feel for the whole startup community. I've never done this before. I've taught myself how to program, and yeah, I'm just looking for general advice and general connections. So thank you very much for your time. It's been a real treasure so far.
Thank you, David. Thank you, This is the space to do it, you know, and we totally welcome it all. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, David. Our next speaker is going to be Karen, our 11,000 person that came on board from Legally Yours. Come up to the stage, Karen. Thank you. Yes, it's a big step.
So hi everyone. So I want to ask a couple of questions. So have you ever had in your feeling, a gut feeling when something happened and you thought, oh, I probably need to talk to a lawyer, or maybe I've got some legal issue, and then you thought, oh, I can't be bothered, where do I go, and they cost too much? Or perhaps you've actually started your business and everyone's been telling you about, you must get your terms and conditions done, or your privacy policy, or register your trademark, and you think, oh, I just don't know where to start, I've got so many other bills, I can't afford it, I'm not going to do it. So you just cross your fingers and you download something from the internet and you hope that you don't get sued. Or perhaps maybe even you've got a personal legal need. So you've had kids and you know you need to do a will, or you might be going through a separation, or buying a property, or you have a friend that comes to you and tells you they need a lawyer, but where do you go? So every day in our daily lives, we consume services online in easy, convenient ways for users. So why should legal be any different? So Legally Yours was created as an automated online legal marketplace that connects clients to fixed fee lawyers across Australia. So all of our lawyer members are fixed fee. And why do you want a fixed fee lawyer? So fixed fee lawyers will actually tell you upfront, before they start, what the legal service is going to cost. So you don't need to worry about getting an invoice at the end, or bill shock, or a surprise invoice. You actually know that up front. And so we have on our platform created a really simple way of connection. So all at a touch of a button, $49, you can speak to a lawyer of your choice on our platform. If you're ready to go ahead with the legal service, you can then request the quote. So my call to action today is, if I've described any of you in this room, jump on our platform, have a go. Legal doesn't have to be complicated or expensive, and give us a go. Thanks so much.
Indeed. Oh gosh, don't we all at some point need some legal? Oh yeah. Particularly you startups out there. Don't forget your legals. Ooh. Yes, they'll bite you. I mean, not the legals, the other thing if you don't do it. You know, that's what I mean. All right, we have actually finished the round for the people that registered, but we do have some impromptus, so you've got to stay put. It won't take long. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5. So we've got a 5 round of another 40 to 90 seconds. And I want to bring to the stage Jackie from Smile Media. Welcome to the stage, Jackie. Here she comes. That's it, make an entrance, we love that. Here we go, Jackie. That's the way.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Yeah. I'm Jackie and I'm actually, like you said, doing this speech on improv. So recently I've realised that there is a serious gap in my market. So you can either buy a website for $2,000 plus, and I'm saying plus, or for $200. For $2,000, you can't actually guarantee the final product. You wouldn't believe the amount of clients I get that have had a website botched by a design agency or a freelancer. It's just not what they wanted. Or for $200, let's face it, you get what you paid for. So what I've done is I've created a solution to this gap. I have created website templates that are based on the highest performing websites in the market at the moment in individual fields. I've based these templates on $10,000 websites. I've incorporated their marketing strategies, including their click-through, their calls to action, opt-ins, as well as design principles to ensure they sell. I've designed these templates that are worth $10,000, but I'm selling them for as little as $350 because I want to make a product that is affordable to small business owners that also sells. These templates are highly affordable, quick and reliable. So in conclusion, why should you pay too much out of your pocket when you don't have to?
Thank you so much. Thank you. We all need the help, all the help we can get.
We didn't hear what her website is. How do we get in contact with this lady?
Okay.
You come talk to me.
Come and talk to her. She will give you a card, or
I do.
You can do, do the phone link up thing. Yeah. Click, 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 click. Okay, there we go. You know who each other looks like? Yeah. That's it. Make it personal. Be in the room. Oh yeah. Okay. The next person who's going to come up for an impromptu presentation is Luke from About a Game. All right, we're going to talk about a game. Come to the stage, Luke. So these are impromptu people that came and said you're going to speak to me or speak to the room. Come to the front, please. Here we go. Thank you, Luke.
Hi. So, did you know that the gaming industry is worth $137 billion? Did you know? No. Did you know mobile slices of that is 70 billion? No. Did you care? Probably not. We're still going to get on with our day. However, have you ever gone to go play a mobile game and then been bombarded with ads? Have you ever played a game and the more you play, the more you seem to have to pay? Right. Well, we at Spaghetti Pixel Games, we value integrity, we value user experience, and we value clever ideas. So I've come today to pitch to you a new game. This game is in the Endless Runner category. Excuse me. It's similar to other games out there, such as Temple Run, if you're aware of it, or Alto's Adventure, and they're doing extremely well. We've developed a set of features that make our game a cut above the rest and make it quite unique. So we've prototyped it we've tested it on Discord, and we've gotten feedback. More importantly, we've listened to that feedback and acted on it. We're now ready to develop it. So we implore you, have a look at our product, have a look at our business plan. You will not be disappointed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So tell me your website.
Spaghetti Pixel Games.
Spaghetti Pixel Games. Okay. So for the people who are impromptuing tonight, you must come and speak to us over here with the bits and pieces that we're doing it. Come over here and tell us your website, because we do need to know about you so we can promote this on our channel.
Yes.
Indeed you do. Indeed you do. Okay. Next impromptu is going to be Deghan. Have I said that right? Yep. No, I didn't. Oh, he'll correct me anyway. And he's from AWS Tools Meetup. Come to the stage, please.
Yep. Hello everyone, I don't know if you can hear me from the end back there, but I'll try to do my best. I'm coming from a friend meetup actually, and what I'm proposing here is to bring these two meetups together. I'm pitching to people who are at their early stage of their startup journey and want to adopt the lean startup strategy, which is you want to build your product, put it out there, test it, fail fast, and then try again. What we are offering is we are a bunch of developers who love AWS tools, etc., and we want to learn them. And we want good ideas so we can actually try our skills on. What we will provide to you is actually $2,000 if you want to come and join us and then create a team with your ideas and the developers. We will provide you a $2,000 AWS credit that you can play with, a venue over the weekend or whatever your choosing is to actually meet with your developers, and eventually you get your ideas up on the AWS or cloud platform. What we ask from you is actually very interesting because we ask nothing. Just bring your NDAs or non-disclosure agreements, and then all the legals handled between you and your developers, and you just aim for the sky. So if you're interested, I can give you more details, and just come and see me after this, which is the end of 90 seconds. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And don't forget, please make sure we have your details, and I'm sure you probably do. You already do. Excellent. Our second but last is going to be Samantha from Urth. Here we go.
Okay, my name is Samantha Jewell, and I have a product called urth.io, blockchain based. And I would ask you all, how many of you really do care about the earth? Because I feel it's time to put your money where your mouth is. So my product is basically in the social impact and environmental impact space. At the moment, we've got people investing in the social impact is now up 55%. There's $835 billion in Australia alone that's been invested. And we're not doing anything in agriculture or any of the regenerative space. So I have amazing products, extraordinary legal situations, and you can do micro investing for as little as $2,500. So please come and talk to me or visit my website. My call to action is please come and visit the website and get on the website on the mailing list. And the web address is urth.io. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And it's great to see and hear that so many of the entrepreneurs in the room and emerging now and for the future are going to be so much more socially conscious about what we do and how we do it. So yes, bring it on, I say. Our last speaker for this evening is going to be Boris, and he's from High Impact. Come to the stage, please, Boris. Welcome to
Hi. How many of you have spent hours and hours trying to create an ad that increase your sales, creates traction, or even just get you noticed, just to find that the ad on itself doesn't even get any attention at all? How many of you? Okay. A few. So what I do is, and what we do is, we create and we design ads that have high impact and deliver results. In fact, our early trials have shown that our clients get twice the amount that they invest in us. So my name is Boris. I am here today to get some feedback on this idea and to hear to all your problems as startup founders and aspiring entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you, Boris. Thank you. Well, never mind that. Thank you to all the people that actually did come. Yes, we have come to the end, but not quite the end. Thank you so much. Well, what we're now going to do is announce. Are we going to announce the People's Choice? We have. Whoa. Tell me. Okay, we do have. Okay, for the People's Choice. I wish I was a drummer, but I'm not. For the People's Choice, thank you. Yeah, yes, thank you. The People's Choice goes to Dennis from Adog. Admiral. Yay! Here. Okay, we will take some more details and we'll make sure that that all happens. But for the other people that, for the first timers, for the second timers, third timers, keep coming back. Keep coming back. Yeah, and there's more to be spoken about as a winner. The Pirate's Choice now, and this is Athula because he's the Admiral. Oh, and the Pirate's Choice, because it's Armiates, and you won't have to walk the plank, is going to be David from Inside Outcomes. Yay, David, come to the front. And to think I got the order wrong, David? To think I got the order wrong and I missed you and oh gosh. Technical issues with me, I'm not a techie. You can probably tell, I'm sure. So we have wrapped it up, but what we are going to just encourage you to do is to tune into, have we got another slide up there, Michael? Because we need to have the, that technical stuff. We'll be on the meetup. But there's, the Celik, the meetups, you stay in touch with Slack and Instagram and websites and, oh, you name it, there's all technical stuff. Oh, there you are. Yay! The technical thing. Yay, do that. So, from me and the team, keep networking, keep chatting, have a drink, stay connected, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
It was okay.